Hello and welcome to my channel. I have been feeling some weird energies this morning. Um, it just suddenly, one moment I was fine, and the next moment I was feeling a lot of anxiousness, anxiety, fear, overwhelm, worry. Um, and I felt the need to pull some cards to make sense of what I was feeling. And the cards say exactly what I was feeling. So I was getting this fear energy, and then I pulled the fear card, the courage card, honoring the path, victim mentality, stuck energy, and then professional assistance, which is a lot of what I was feeling. Is that there are, let me say, this ascension that we are all going through, whether we are aware of it or not, we have always been on an ascension path. We are just becoming conscious of it, and it's sort of been intensified for us to do the inner work. And often, when things are not going how we want it to in our lives, we often want to change the external. And we are learning to be manifestors. We are learning to alchemize and to create a world from our internal world. And it's not easy doing that, because to manifest positive things, things that are in alignment with our soul, things that we want, we have to get rid of the subconscious beliefs that block our manifestations, and where our soul is guiding us on which path for the purpose that we are here. So we often then have fear of facing ourselves, facing the reasons why our relationships aren't working, facing the reasons why we have depression, facing the reasons why we are not living abundant lives. And we often project it because of this person, because of my mother and father, because of my environment, because of the economy, because of the government, because of apartheid, because of whatever. Yes, those things are real and they are valid. But those things help us to become alchemists and magicians and tap into our abilities, our gifts, our spiritual gifts, our abilities beyond the human form and the 3D form. And that might mean that we have to face certain things about ourselves. For instance, like, why do I always attract these type of relationships? You can choose not to. But for you to have the type of relationships that you want, you then have to address, for instance, if you have self-worth issues or insecurities about yourself. And for us to consciously create, we have to become aware of the things that are in our subconscious, which is what the moon card is telling us. The moon, especially the full moon, will illuminate the stuff in the dark that we haven't seen. And that means the stuff inside of us, the stuff in our subconscious, and even the stuff in our lives, our external lives, that we overlook because we've come used to it, accustomed to it. If you want to create a life where you are abundant financially and abundant in love and abundant in joy, do you have a subconscious block that makes you unable to see opportunities, makes you unable to see the things that are not in alignment with who you are? And they're not necessarily bad things, they just are distractions, or they block what you actually want. For instance, you might have a certain friend group, and not to say that those friends are bad, they're just not in alignment. If you want to be an astronaut, for instance, and your friends are, they don't They don't believe in science or astrology or astronomy, or just that you could do that, or their interests are different to yours. It's going to influence what you do, and eventually who you become. And not that there's anything wrong with people not sharing your interests. If we can coexist with things that are contrary to what we believe, what we do, that's fine. But often it affects us on a subconscious level when we are not conscious of it. And these are the things that we need to illuminate. And often when the moon cycles come around, whether it's a new moon or a full moon, these things come up. So you might suddenly feel uncomfortable in a situation or around certain people, or just within yourself, mental conflict, emotional conflict, because you are given an opportunity to see those things that are below the surface that you haven't been seeing. But then often we don't see it. And if we do see it, once the energy shifts and we feel better, we go back to our old habits and the old things. So we are really being asked to have courage. This knight is fully kitted and booted out in his armor, but he's not moving forward. He is contemplating heavily going on this path, going into the unknown. But he's surrounded by all this light, and he's protected and guided, and he has help beyond his own capabilities, even though he is fully capable as well. And we really need to trust that yes, it's scary acknowledging your faults, your mistakes, your shortcomings, where you could have done better, but that's okay. We really need to have the courage to honor the path we are on and to be intentional about it. We all want recognition, reward, abundance, and happiness. We all want that victory. But what is our intention? Why do we want to be acknowledged? Why do we want to be seen? Why do we want financial stability or money or wealth? Why do we want it? What is our intention? Is it in alignment with our soul? So yes, money is not a bad thing, but do we want the money because of our ego? Because some part of us feels less than, and if I dress a certain way, if I drive a certain car, if I have a certain status, then people will see me differently and treat me better. Or do we want financial abundance so that it serves and honors our spiritual path and our earthly journey, and so that we can enjoy our lives in a way that is harmonious? And once we have the status and the money, what do we do then? Do we then fall back to our ego and our old way of living and being? Are we making our souls happy? Are we in alignment with the universe? Can we have victory and success and all those amazing things and still be true to ourselves? And we can't do that if we have all these shadow aspects of ourselves that we haven't acknowledged yet, because it plays out in some way. And there's no point in feeling sorry for yourself because you don't have all the things you want. You really just need to find the courage to face those things so that you can move forward and not be stuck. And we can say, why isn't my situation improving? Why do I gain wealth and then lose it again? Why do I get a new job and then I'm still not happy? Why do I move from relationship to relationship and the same thing happens? And sometimes we need help being able to see what we can't see for ourselves. And although this card says professional assistance, I think the world is changing so fast. We are coming to see that spiritual um, healers and light workers are going to be more beneficial to us than having legal help or medical help, whether that is psychiatric or health. Yes, we need all of those, but there are aspects of our psyche, of our inner being, of our soul that we might need to learn about and learn to live in a more spiritual way. And more of us are stepping into our roles as spiritual workers, as light workers, and we might need to be open to accessing that kind of help. Um, if you have emotional trauma you need to deal with, a Reiki session might be helpful, or a tarot reading to look into your past or give you some insight on your present and your future. Or there's so many different spiritual practices that we can tap into. Yoga, for instance, to help if we have a physical ailment or emotional thing that we need to shift. Astrology. There are many, many things that have been considered taboo in the past, and it was only considered taboo for certain egoic reasons, for certain monetary gain, to keep us stuck. Because we are more than just humans, we are spiritual beings as well. And we know now, whether we want to admit it or not, that how we feel inside, what we believe, we cannot just live in the 3D anymore. We cannot just focus on money and a job and external things without looking at the internal things. This process teaches us patience and balance, balancing the tangible 3D, the physical stuff, the natural stuff, with the higher dimension stuff, with energetics, with our souls, with the universe. And sometimes we are put in a position where we can't move forward, where we are stuck, so that we can see a different perspective. She's upside down and she's seeing the world differently, and it brings her a different understanding. So we can't also be frustrated when we get to that place where we're not moving forward. I know for me, often I want to get to work on my projects. I want to run errands. I want to go out and have fun. But in that instance, if there's a soul lesson that I'm needing to learn, I am forced to slow down and be patient, and sometimes stop completely. Like, things won't work. My phone won't work, or the things I had planned won't work. The more I try to just go on with my life and go on with my day and not look at those inner things that I haven't been facing, or I'm going down the wrong path and my soul is trying to direct me, my guides, God, whatever you believe in, it will stop me in my tracks so that I can face it and acknowledge it. And the emotional things are often more difficult to deal with than the external things. Like if your car breaks down, the car breaking down is not the problem, it's how you feel about it that makes it a problem. If you see your car breaking down as an opportunity or protection in some way from something that might have happened if you went to the place where you were going to, then you feel happy about it. It's okay, it doesn't bug you, it teaches you temperance, control over your emotions. But you could see it as victim mentality. Oh, poor me, why am I here, why did my car break down? When it could be a blessing in disguise. See, he has a rainbow there in the back. We need to believe in the impossible, believe in magic, believe in the things that are unseen. Trust our emotions. My camera keeps changing its focus. And not be bound and stuck by our ego and get tempted by the 3D things. Yes, it's okay to have money. Yes, it's okay to have nice things. Yes, it's okay to have fun and enjoy your life and have love in your life. But we are guided to live from a conscious place. Am I in a relationship because I'm afraid of being alone? Because I don't want to face certain things about myself, because I don't know how to make myself happy? Or am I in a relationship because I am now a balanced, tempered person in alignment with my soul, and I am sharing that with someone else? The things that keep us bound and stuck, the devil, the temptation, is the things that distract us, or numb us from the things that we don't want to face, the things that we are afraid to face inside. The external things are just a reflection of what's happening on the inside. And if we want to make our world better, make our lives better, make ourselves better on the outside, we really have to go within and look inside. I'm going to try and keep this camera focused. I feel like I should clarify, what is the lesson? Is there any specific lesson on this sphere? Five of Wands, conflict and competition. Who are we competing with? Like, why do we feel like we need to win at all costs? Like, something's chasing us to reach a goal. Like, I have to make money. Yes, we have to eat. But do we not know that there are other ways of surviving in this world except for money? Except for sacrificing the things that are meaningful and important to us, that would bring us joy and fulfillment in other ways, to chase that dream job because I want to earn so much money. And then once you do earn the money, then you're not really as happy as you thought you would be. And then you sacrifice maybe a relationship where you were really loved, for a job. And in some instances, that's what you need to do. But what is the motivating factor? Is it your ego and fear driving you, or is it love that's driving you? Love should be the motivating factor for anything. Am I in this job because I love it, because it brings me fulfillment? Yes, you want to be compensated adequately and be abundant financially, but it cannot be the only reason, the only intention. Am I with this person because I'm afraid of being with the person I actually want to be, because society won't approve, or my parents won't approve, or because I think I should be doing this? Am I doing what everyone else is doing because nobody's done the thing that my soul is guiding me to do, and I'm afraid of being the first person to do it or to go against the norm? What is our motivation? And yeah, I think that's basically the message that's coming through today. Do not push yourself when you feel conflicted, and just make any decision and take any action just because you feel like you have to. Unless there is this intuitive knowing of something that you should do, and this clarity and understanding, and really feeling peaceful and happy about a decision, then rather don't take any action. And even if you do take the wrong action or make the wrong decision, have the courage to then fix it or change when you know, okay, last time when I did it this way, it didn't work and it didn't make me happy. Maybe I should try a different approach this time. Be brave enough to try something new. If you keep getting stuck in the same places, in the same cycles, doing the same things, then try something new. And now my kids are wanting my attention, so I guess they are signaling the end of this video. I hope this helps whoever finds this video in some way. Whenever you do find it, it was probably meant for you to find it then. Not everything will resonate with everyone. You always have to follow your intuition and trust your inner guidance and not your ego. Um, but that higher part of you that knows more than we could understand with our logical thinking. It's about the heart meeting the mind and connecting to the soul, to have a deeper understanding, a higher perspective, a different perspective. So take what resonates. If there's anything that comes up and you would like to share, please comment. It's really helpful for me to get feedback. If you like the video, please click the thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I will see you in the next one.